Are we doing this? Yes. Yes, it looks like we are live today once again here. A Sunday night alive power hour here with Soldier of Self Mastery, episode number 78. Coming to you live from around the world. Actually, I'm coming to you live from Stockton, California in my makeshift studio. So, what is on your mind this evening? What do you have going on inside your head? What do you got going on inside your life today that you want to talk about maybe or find a solution for before Monday? All right, stick around. This is episode number 78. So I'm welcoming you from around the world. Please challenge me. Please have some questions here in the text. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a shout out, please. I know I've been having a little bit of a struggle. I've been too cheap to buy a new microphone, but don't worry, I will soon. So let me know if you can hear me. I see you, Moto Jim. Good afternoon to you. Nahil, thank you for your contributions, and you have a little gift on the way. Thank you. So, episode number 78. Once again, this is Sunday Night Alive Power Hour, Stockton's premier self improvement. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can just hang around here for a little bit and possibly get a self injection of self belief for Monday. Could you use some more self belief for yourself for this week? Could you use some more self belief right now? It's been a challenging day, my friends. Let's get some house cleaning out of the way. I really want to interact with those of you that are coming on board this evening. I've got a lot of stuff kind of written down, some questions, but I really want to interact. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know how you're doing. So let's get some house cleaning out of the way. First of all, we're going to be back here again Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you haven't subscribed to this tribe, there's not going to be a bribe. I'm just going to invite you right here. Okay? Grow with us. Subscribe to the tribe. We're going to be here every Sunday. The My books, we're pulling them off the shelf. We're going to be redoing a whole new project. There's one book on the shelf. So if you're interested, just let me know. Soldiersofselfmastery.com. It's that easy. And giving. Why should you give? By the way, you can learn more at soldiersofselfmastery.com about this mission, where we're going, a little bit more about me, about Cephas, my team member, and maybe how you can play a part in this mission. Maybe it's just by giving, maybe by your financial contribution supporting this mission. We got a lot of stuff going forward. We've got a mastermind. We're finally getting that mastermind group together. Yes, it's going to be a paid group. It's going to be an awesome program. Cephas is kind of putting the finishing touches on that. So we're making some major changes because why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm failing. That's why. I'm failing. And I'm not afraid to say that. Now, am I failing in a grave way? No, I'm not failing in a grave way, but I'm failing in the sense that I need to reach more of you that are out there seeking real, genuine help. So I have to bring myself up to the plate. It's a lot of work. Self empowerment, self improvement is a lot of work. And that's why a lot of people are not really willing to take those steps in order to go forward. That's the truth, my friends. So learn more at Soldiers of Self Mastery. The website is going to be SOS209.com. SOS209.com. So that should be a short link. So what's today's proverb? Isaiah 40. This is good. Isaiah 40, verse 31, I believe. Let me see. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Okay. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. I want to get stronger. Do you? Do you want to get stronger? I know lately, over the last couple of days, maybe the last 24 to 48 hours, actually, this last week has been a very, very challenging week for me. Has it been that way for you? If it has, let's regroup, let's refresh, and let's get charged up for Monday. Are you with me? I tell you, I could use it. I definitely could use it. So, Nahil, welcome again. Jim, welcome to the program. Sam. Oh, we've got to mention something here with Sam too. This is possible. Laura, welcome to the program. Thomas, welcome to the program. When the new book ready, Santos? That's a big project. It's going to be probably within 2 weeks. It's going to be an excellent book. It's not going to be the red book. It's going to have a whole new title. I'm telling you, we'll put it out. Right now, the only book that I have out is Life's Three Most Important Questions. Life's Three Most Important Questions. This book will get you thinking about who you are, where you're headed, and how you're going to get there, or how you plan to get there. It's an easy read. Soldiersofselfmastery.com would be the place, or you can go directly to Amazon, find it there. So until we get the other, I don't want to get too much into projects here. I want to see how you guys are doing. Let's see what we can do to help somebody here today. Somebody needs to hear something. Somebody needs to experience something. Maybe, like I said, I got a big injection, a big needle. It's not steroids. It's the liquid inside that needle is called self-belief. And it's huge. It's a big needle. Can you see it? I'm gonna put it through the camera today, and I'm gonna inject somebody with some good self-belief. Okay, right now for Monday. If anything, I'll get some myself too. So let's see what's Thomas. How much is the book? I think the book is like $13 or something. I'm not too sure, Thomas. You can Thomas. You can go to soldiersofselfmastery.com. Soldiersofselfmastery.com, and you can check it out. That there's a link in there that says book, and it'll take you right to Amazon. So it's a fairly priced. I mean, 12, $13. I'm not too sure what my partner Cephas has it as. And what else? Oh, I wanted to talk about giving a little bit earlier. That I jumped the gun here. You know, when you give, it does something to you. It makes you feel good. It refreshes you when you, especially when you know that you're giving towards a good cause. Isn't that the truth? You know, I got a couple charities that I give to every month. I just took on another little charity, and these are small charities. They're not anything big. You know, I just took on another charity, $15 a month, helping orphan children, an orphanage, a pretty good sized orphanage in, I believe it's in Pakistan. So they keep me updated, sending me pictures, videos, and stuff. In fact, they're getting into the little solar. It's pretty cool. So, anyways, that's why I encourage you to support this mission. If you're benefiting from it, if you need to benefit from this mission, support it. $25, $35, a million five. It's all going towards a good cause. All right. So just keep that in mind. You know, sometimes we're seeking answers in life, we're seeking direction, but we're not willing to really invest in ourselves. We're not really willing to come out of pocket. That right there should definitely speak to you as an individual if you're looking for help. And if you're not willing to come out of pocket, I don't care if it's $5. I have somebody that sends me $2, a dollar. In fact, I'm getting ready to send them. I did send them one of my books. Not going to mention their name. So I'm inviting you to support the mission if indeed we support you. All right. So I'm going to hold off on my agenda. Let me see if we got, how much is the new book? Laura says true. I complained. Yumoto, Jim says, I complained I was tired today, but then I said to myself, stop being a little whiny turd. So what? Toughen up. Can you address being a whiner? Hey, I didn't feel like it this morning either. You know, wouldn't it be nice to just pay somebody, get this done, do the other thing, and here, do this, the other thing, and to be able to pay somebody very well? That's nice, right? We pay the cleaners, we pay the yard man, we pay doctors, we pay for a lot of things. There are some things in life that we would just love not to have to do and pay somebody else to do it for us, right? That would be cool. That's a possibility. It's a goal, it's a dream. But in the meantime, If you don't have that going for you, you got to pay the piper like me, right? So, but it would be nice. I didn't feel like getting up. I honestly, I didn't feel like getting up this morning. I felt like just staying there and just watching videos on motivation and self inspiration, which I did anyways. But we can't do that. We can't think that way. We have to have a certain mindset. In fact, I was talking to a good friend recently about mindset. It seems some days are just going to be tougher than other days, and I mean that's a given. It's true. Some days are just going to be tougher than other days, and it doesn't necessarily have to be problems or people. It could just be the weather. Maybe the weather's interfering with your transportation or something, whatever it may be. But as long as you have that mindset, right? In fact, I'm going to ask a question here, and I want you to be honest with yourself. When was the last time that you actually analyzed yourself? Analyzed your situation, your mindset? When was the last time you actually pondered over your shit? You know what I mean? Where you're taking 15 to 20 minutes out in the morning, totally quiet, you're totally relaxed. Maybe you did some deep breathing, but you've gotten yourself there to a place where you can actually listen to your thoughts and put them on paper. When was the last time you did that? Did you feel the pressure today and you did it today? I don't know. All right, let's see what we got else going here. Let me see, Laura. Hey, Laura, you got a question for me today? How's the weather? And how is the trucking biz? How is the trucking biz? Sam, what's up, Sam? How's the weather in Philly? Jim, I hope that maybe I've answered your question a little bit, but the truth is, when I feel like a whiny turd, I got to get myself in front of the mirror and say, Santos, stop it. Cut it out. This bullshit. You know better. Literally. Sometimes you got to really pull yourself by the back of your neck, or like they say, by the scruff of the shirt or by the scruff of the back of your neck, right? Like we grab dogs, or like a dog grabs a dog, and you got to put yourself in front of the mirror and talk to yourself, or take a walk and have a good talk with yourself underneath a nice cool tree somewhere out there in the woods, far away from society, whatever it takes. So I see everybody kind of coming on and dropping off. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to get some questions here. Let's see. Very nice. I'm taking a break from trucking for a few weeks because of exercise therapy. There you go. In fact, I just recently helped out a couple of truckers get some insurance recently. Some Indian guys out here. Well, one of them per se. I'm waiting on the second one. So therapy. Okay. Good. Thomas, you got a question? Where you from, Thomas? I don't recall. If you want to let me know where you're from. I don't know. I think everybody's either watching the football games or you got some good barbecue out there on the grill somewhere. And they said, forget about Santos, man. My chicken smells better. I don't know. So, have you done a self analysis recently? My first question for you guys. Number two, why do we hide when it's rough? Why? Okay. Nahil in Florida. I was close to fall asleep, but then I heard you mention my name. Am, am I putting you to sleep? Where are you from, Thomas? Let me know where you're from. If hopefully I will. Laura, I had 2 free coupons for a buffet at the casino. One for Laura and one for who else? Hey, if you go in there and eat, I don't got. If you can walk into a casino and eat and walk out, I don't have a problem with that. The problem is that if you walk into a casino, you might get tempted. But If you're strong, if you believe you're strong, which you should be, and you're driving a truck all day and you pass through a casino, I'm not here to judge anybody. You got to make your own decision. A quick in and out, like they say. I don't know. Nico, hey, welcome to the program. It's a trick they tempting you to gamble. Yeah, that's a great thought. Nahil says, stay far away. I almost had a panic attack, Laura says. Okay. I don't, Nicola says, I don't fall for it. Have many times. Yep. That's what'll happen. So why do we hide? Why is it that we hide instead of looking for sources to plug into deeper, and instead of really increasing the momentum that we have in our lives, most people hide. What do? They go further into seclusion. That's problems, big time. So if you're hiding, you're definitely not doing any self-analysis. I've been really doing some self-analysis a couple for the last couple of days, really just looking deeper at myself. Sometimes when we think that we already have all the answers, or when we think we already know it all, or when we think that we have it moving in the right direction and we don't really do any self-analysis, we don't really pay attention to the teachers that are trying to teach us something. We keep going further and further. We ignore the warning signs, and what happens? You know what happens. So, got another question for you. What's the first thing that you should do when you start feeling the pressure, when you start feeling it getting hard? What is the first thing that you should do? What do you think you should do? Number one thing that you should do when you start feeling pressure. It doesn't have to be gambling pressure. It doesn't have to be a trigger. It could be something else. But you're starting to feel pressure. You're starting to feel something that doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel, it's just, what do you think the first thing that you should do? Number one thing that you should do, you should run to. See if I get some answers here. Let me see. It's 1:16 a.m. Oh wow. By the way, Thomas. So you are somewhere around the world, my friend. Don't fall for it. I failed, but I refused to use the ATM. I think Sam, I don't know if Sam's still around. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to mention, my friends. Next weekend, next Sunday, possibility. Next Sunday, we're going to have a live call-in program where I'm not too sure if this is going to work. I was talking to Sam about this earlier. I will actually have a live number where you're going to be able to call directly to me, possibly. And also, there's going to be a live number where you'll be able to contact Sam, who's been through some very serious challenges when it comes to problem gambling. Uh, if you think that you have it bad, if you believe that you have it bad, you probably have not spoken to Sam. So I may have an open air program where you actually people will be able to call in and you'll be able to hear the answer and the responses that we give to people. Possibly, I don't know if this is going to work out. We're gonna we're gonna maybe try it. It's just a thought. I don't know what those of you that are here. Who knows? Somebody might want to call in and get free from problem gambling. Speak to Sam or myself. So that's what we're thinking about. I'm not too sure if that's the route we're going to go. So let me share something with you guys here. I was thinking about this the other day, how devious my mind was when I was gambling. I had been working for this company, and it goes to show you how devious and how crafty you and I are. Many people, there might be those of you here tonight that might believe that, the end of the road is there for you, that there's no escape, there's no solution. You might be thinking that right now. Well, I don't agree with that. As long as you're breathing, there's always going to be opportunity. In fact, if you're right here in front of you're here, that ought to speak to you about the fact that there's hope. So let me see, where am I going with this conversation about the mind, the situation that I found myself in for many years. I was working for this company, pretty big company. In fact, they're somewhat going out of business today. Anyways, I did lose my job after about a little bit over 10 years of working for this company. I had this truck, big white truck. It's huge. I'm a little guy, so you know, I had to put pillows under the driver's seat in order to see over. I'm just kidding. That's not true. But it was a big truck and it had the name plastered all over it. Services, the name, the number. And here I was driving that truck. That was my main means of transportation at the time. And I was driving that truck all over. I was risking my job, which eventually I did end up losing that job. But I was risking my job. I had two children. I don't know, they were roughly 7, 6, 8 years of age. And I had just been married maybe just a few years, couple years, eight, I don't know. No, yeah, 8, 9 years. I would take that truck up to the casinos. I would frequent certain casinos so the truck could be found. But I would manage to find far, those far parking so nobody could see the truck was in the parking lot because it was not supposed to be up there. And I did that for many months. I could have lost my job. Well, eventually I did, but the risks, the crafty risks that we take as people of gamblers, you don't see, we don't think about the consequences. We don't think about the results of what can happen. All it takes is one person to spot that truck, you know? Next thing you know, I lose the truck right now. Oh, I may get a warning, possibly, but maybe it might not be a warning. And eventually, like I said, eventually I ended up losing that job after almost 11 years. And the risks, the stupid risks that we take. Of course, I don't do that anymore. I don't have that truck anymore. And I don't. What are you doing? What are you doing that you're risking yourself and you're risking possibility of your family? And yes, I ended up in a shelter and we ended up homeless for I think it was about 6 months. Myself, my wife, and three three children. So it goes to show you, it happens. It happens. You can lose everything, and it's not necessarily because of gambling. It could be because of poor decisions while you're gambling. Poor decisions with your money. Or you didn't pay the rent or the mortgage, or you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. So, anyways, I thought I'd share that. I wanted to share that, get that out. So, no more trucks, no more casinos, no more names, no more hiding. Nicola says that. What? Are you driving a truck too, Nicola? Don't tell me you're driving a white truck with your company name and your phone number all over it. If you better stop. Let me see. You're right. Online is bad. Uh, Let me see. Laura says, "Well, I am just sick of casinos and I hate them." Nicola, oh shit. Oh yeah. They shut them all down. Well, they're not. They're going to get smarter. These casinos are going to get smarter and smarter. That's why they're reaching young people today. Their goal is to reach younger people because if they can get you gaming younger, guess what? They got you hooked while you're a little bit older, right? Your teens today, casinos, they're unregulated on the internet. A lot of them are unregulated. You can go in there even though you're under 18. So you can gamble right on your iPhone, your Android, your tablet. You know, it's it's total destruction waiting to happen. That's why I encourage those of you that support this mission to give to this mission. I want to get the word out there. I want to warn young people. I want to warn teens. I want to warn families. There's a lot of family members that have children that might not even be aware that their children are already hooked on gambling. Why? Because it's easy. It's out there. And money, right? Come on now. Money? The teens, do you think teens need money? And do you think that teens would go after quick money, ways to get fast money? Think about it. It's a disaster waiting to happen. So please support this mission. Share these videos. Somebody you believe it could help, and watch the videos. Take notes, my friend. Take notes. Why not? Yeah, I wrote this morning. Some days I just want it all done for me, you know? And all it is more money, right? If you want it all done for you, it takes more money and more of your services, right? More, getting more of your value out there. You exchange value for money. The more value, the more you can pay others to do things for you. And that valuable time you could use for yourself to do things that are important to you, right? Anyways, that's what I wanted to share in this episode today. So, the number one thing I'm going to share, the number one thing that you should do when you strike, when you encounter problems, when you encounter troubles, when you encounter the heat, pressure, difficult people, a difficult day, the number one thing you should go to is brainstorm. Get to strategizing. Look for a way to solutionize. Solutionize. That's what I do, man. And let me tell you something. This is difficult too. It's challenging. I mean, really, who wants to sit down and take time out in a quiet, really quiet place to listen to himself think when he's full of problems? Honestly, who wants to do that? Nobody. But how many people do that? There's a good percentage of people that do that because they know that there's a reward in doing that kind of discipline. Sam and I spoke earlier of one of the first things that we should do when we get a trigger, when you get a temptation. In fact, I have a video, one of the very first videos when you hit my YouTube channel, I talk about this towards the middle of my video. What the first thing that you should do when you encounter a temptation or a trigger? First thing you should do is stop. Stop and ask yourself the question, where's this going to take me? Imagine if you stopped every single time that you got a trigger. You'll get better at it. Number one, you will get better at it because you're practicing it. Number two, you're going to stop a train of thought that's been leading you into a path of destruction. Okay. The moment you say, wait a minute, where's this going to lead me? You've already interrupted a pattern of thinking again, right? When you don't check your thoughts, you get a trigger, you get a thought, man, the casino, the money, man, I could get money. I could make, whatever. Boom, boom. You think on that, next thing you know, you're gone. Now you get a thought. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. If I go down that path, where's it going to take me? What is the best thing to do right now, right here? You've already interrupted that trigger, my friend. You've already won half the battle. You've already won half the battle. And see, if you get into this train of thought, I'm sharing these things freely with you. If you apply these things, they're going to help you not just with gambling, but in other areas of life. So, man, I needed to hear that right now. I really did. I need to hear that right now. So, hey, there's Fly Buzz. Okay, we're getting closer to the end of the program. Let me see. Nahil says Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida is expanding and hiring 1,300 people. Well, if you don't have a problem with gambling, you can go work in a casino, make money, right? The casino was packed and noisy, driving me nuts. She says, Thomas, yeah, that's why I'm trying to stop now before I get older. Well, Thomas, don't don't try to stop. Don't try to stop. Stop. It's either do or die, my friend. Does that make sense? A lot of people are trying to do many things. They're trying, but they're not really doing. It's do or die, my friend. Does that make sense? Uh, Nahil says, very scary. Nicola, so true. Santos, thanks for all you do. You're welcome. I hope this episode is reaching somebody. I truly believe it is. Oh, Italy, Italia. Great. I've been to Italy. Naples. I've been to Naples, Italy when I was in the Navy. There's a base there somewhere in Italy. I do remember, nice place. I remember eating deep fried, what was it? Deep fried squid. Yeah. And anyways, so thank you for sharing Italy. Can we change our perspective on pain and say, I love pain, it makes me stronger, give me more? Is that a good perspective or bad? Well, Jim, I've talked about this in my videos also. What's important is what you think, right? I know what I believe. What's important is what you believe for yourself. Now, what if you decided every day to tell yourself, what if you decided every day to tell yourself, pain is a teacher, pain is something good, because pain is helping me develop, pain is something that's helping me grow, pain is driving me to strategize, pain is driving me to think, right? So in that sense, it's a good thing. It's a good, but just, to think about the pain, nobody wants more pain. I know I don't. uh, Obviously we don't have to say, well, I love the pain, I enjoy the pain, I need the pain, but we can look at it as, this thing is helping me, this thing is going to improve me, I'm embracing this from a different perspective from today on. Maybe that helps. Laura says, my dad was from Sicily. Maybe someday I'll get to go back. So, all right, my friends, we're coming down to the end of the wire here. I truly want to encourage each and every one of us. Today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. Wow, it is Monday, right? Tomorrow. And what are your plans? What are your plans for tomorrow? Are you already contemplating what you're going to be doing for tomorrow? Are you planning ahead? Do you have something written down? We don't plan to fail. We fail because we don't plan. And to me, it just seems like life is going to get more and more challenging. Do you feel that way? Like it's going to get more and more challenging. We can get better. You and I can get better. In fact, the more that we struggle today, the more that we put pressure on ourselves today to become thinkers, solutionists, strategizers, motivationalists, inspirationalists, the more that we put pressure on ourselves, because indeed, there's going to come the day where you're actually going to have to pick yourself up by yourself, because nobody's going to be around to pick you up. You're going to have to pick yourself up. And the more that you do that today, obviously, the better off you're going to be in the future, right? That's a given. That's kind of common sense. Don't put it off. Stay plugged into the sources that are going to help you. Stay plugged into the sources that are helping you right now, my friend. If you know what, if Soldiers of Self Mastery is supporting, is helping you in some way, maybe I offended you, right? Maybe I offended you, but yet you thought about it after a little while, and you thought, wow, Santos did help me with that. Even though it hurt me a little, he helped me though. Because good friends are going to hurt you a little bit. That's the truth. A good friend is going to tell you the truth. They'll hurt you a little bit, but then you're going to grow from it. You're going to grow rhinoceros skin, right? You got to have rhinoceros skin, because or like they say, a lot of things have to be like water bouncing off a duck's back or off the turtle shell, right? We don't want things penetrating all the time. You fall apart. So stay plugged into the sources, give to the charities that are giving to you, support the missions that are helping you, and be a part of something. Be a part so that you can grow, so that you can develop what it is that you want to develop and bring into this world. You have some great things, you know. If I can, you can. If I can live gambling free every single day, if I can live fear free and face my fears and face all the difficulties and all the challenges, and in spite of whether I feel like shit, I'm going to get up and I'm going to make the day. You know, it's true. Some days I feel like shit, but I tell myself, Santos, you're gonna make the day super fantastic, terrific, and over the top, in spite of and because of, regardless of how you feel. You're gonna make it because you said so. Because because you said so. Because you have been saying, and it's becoming a part of you. It's becoming easier. So, wow. All right, my friends. Call to action. Let me see if anybody else. Amen. Artistry. Hey, welcome towards the end of the program. Yeah, I'm gonna have a great day regardless, man. Flybuzz. I can say to the community that I start to save some money from my wage, my month to month, but actually work. Salute from Mylan. All right. So if there's anything I can do, my friends, we've got some great things going forward. I'll be sharing more in the next episode coming next Sunday, and after that, I'm really excited about the changes, about the growth. And again, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to make mistakes and move from there with enthusiasm in order to grow and in order to become better. And I'm telling you. So, can you address the importance of the value of how we spend our time? The amount of positive things we can accomplish in every moment is tremendous, like exercising. All right, Jim, I'll end on that note. The importance and the brevity of time. Well, we've just spent almost 45 minutes here on this program. And I have to ask myself, what did we accomplish here? We've just spent 45 minutes of our time right here on this program. What did you accomplish? What did you what do you plan on getting out of this program? What do you plan on applying out of this program? Okay, where do we go from here? The brevity of time is the fact that we only have right now. We only have today, right? We don't know whether we don't know where we're going to be in the next 3 or 4 hours. We really don't know, but we have right now. The decisions that you're making right here, right now, upon what you've heard, upon what you've learned, is going to determine the next several hours and the next several days. We don't know tomorrow. We don't have any idea about tomorrow, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't plan today for tomorrow, right? We shouldn't. In fact, there's a verse in the Bible that says not to worry about the things about tomorrow, but let the things of tomorrow worry. Let them worry of themselves, something like that. So you have to look at your time. You have to look at the value of your time. You should look for ways. You should look for more ways to use your time as efficiently as possible. This is a game changer for you. This is something that you should be studying. How can you do things more efficiently? Your job, your business, your communication, even this program. Sometimes I feel like I'm failing, but I get up and I try again. I get up and I try again. And sometimes I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over. Well, I say this: the good life is going to come out of a good series of good, positive reminders, constant reminders. We need to be reminded. Sometimes we need to hear the same thing over and over. That's the truth until it really begins to sink in. So, hopefully, that's a little bit of perspective on time. uh, so, we're looking forward, my friends. We're going to end the stream here. Once again, I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope that you've gotten something out of this program. Does it make sense to stay out of the casinos? Does it make sense to, if you were in the casino today, if you were in the casino last night, does it make sense not to beat yourself up and pick yourself up again and try again to be stronger? Especially if you're here and you've been here with me for almost an hour. I commend you on making an effort to transform and change your life. I have to give you that. And that should speak volumes to you also. So if I can, you can. If I can, you can. Peace through strength. Remember to make every day super fantastic, terrific, and over the top, in spite of and because of. Take, run, apply. I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Hi, honey. I need to go to